Okay. Reans Route. Schade, wenn ich wusste, dass das mittendrin einfach weitergeht und am Ende einfach so, die haben ja jetzt mit dem Rean das Ding. Wäre schon cool gewesen, wenn wir das gewusst hätten, damit wir das wieder
This is Arya's shrine then?
That's right. We came here during the Civil War 2 years ago, too.
Drosilia, Alter, was zur Hölle?
The disturbance in the spirit veins has made it manifest once more. It's how we were able to swoop in and save the day.
It does seem like we'll be able to use parallel teleportation to go to Crossbell from here.
I see. Then we would request your aid, so we can finally bring this madness to an end.
Then it shall be given.
Sounds like the rest of our number have reached the other shrines. We're good to go at any time.
Thinking about it, this will be the first time both Class 7s have come together since Prince Olivert's wedding.
Yeah. Not the most festive of circumstances, but it sounds like we'll be needing all the help we can get. Ever since the Supreme Leader made his move, this land has been engulfed in chaos. The people of Zemuria aren't going to know peace until he's well and truly deposed. So let's go to Crossbell, where we'll end this once and for all.
Oh, Wayfarers, shadowlings from realms fantastic.
Deliver us to the land of Terra Capitalis!
It's the previous day. It took over half a day for the Republican army to get the situation at their base under control and come to Nord's aid. They claim to have no idea why the tanks and airships had started acting on their own. They were also clearly finding it hard to believe that all of the weapons slated to be destroyed could have just disappeared. We owe you our deepest thanks for helping to avoid the worst case scenario here. Admit I never thought the day would come when we would feel gratitude towards the Ashen Chevalier. We're just glad that we were able to prevent a third party from igniting the flames of war all over again. A third party indeed. Understood. Our unit will be here shortly, it seems. We anticipated it would take several days to remove all of our weapons from the highlands, but it should be proved doable. Until that is complete, our armies shall not interfere with one another in this region. Is this acceptable to you? Yes. We'll do all we can to make sure discussions between our governments go smoothly too. Certainly hope you succeed. Oh, I'm glad we could convince them to give us the benefit of the doubt. They clearly suspect Erebonian involvement, but can't dismiss the idea that this really was the United Nations working there. Special signs they must know as well as we do that physical movings that many weapons in such short time wouldn't be easy. I imagine they are still having trouble believing that His Highness the Prince was abducted too. Not surprised, I'm still having a hard time processing what happened when and we were directly involved. The sudden appearance of that white divine knight turns the situation in the highlands on his head. In the end, it disappears before anything could be ascertained about its origin or objective. During the chaos, the device in the watchtower and one statue, as well as the robotic areas, vanished without a trace. It left us without so much as a single clue to work with. The Kragas 2 and Magbar were also heavily damaged. Fortunately, there were no injuries amongst the crews, both ships, but it was clear neither would fly again anytime soon. Furthermore, we still had no idea where the sonorous seashell was, and as a result remained unable to use the Round of 7. The United Nations also continued to block all communication, preventing us from learning about the situation there. Unfortunately, that left us in the dark as to the whereabouts and condition of Alyssa, Marquez, and Toa. The situation might have calmed, but we still have to resolve anything. Your assistance would be a boon to us. Not that I intended to sit on my hands either, I'll be thinking of a way forward. I will see that they reach the capital safely. We'll be counting on you to do what you can on your end. Got room for a +1? I was dreading having to explain my way through the checkpoint. There was still a lot we need to do in order to quell the chaos, but it was clear that sitting idly by was not an option. We all need to come together and plan our next move as soon as possible. The night in the settlement. You don't all need to stare at me like I'm going to faint at any moment. I'm fine now, honestly. The words I'm fine carry a little weight coming from you. Couldn't agree more. We take our eyes off you just for a little while and look what happens. Oh! Laura and Fee. Things that you're blowing that happen out of prohibition. You only worry because we care, Rean. I'm genuinely grateful that you saved the life of my family. I really am. But we want to know what happened to you too, so if you know, please tell us. Seeing your hair and one of your eyes change color like that remind me of half a year ago. It made me think of how you looked when your curse had almost taken you over. Sorry, I really didn't want to worry you, but I swear that there's nothing wrong with me. I can't sense any curse hanging over me now. We were able to confirm from Erin that the Great Twilight is completely over. So it should be impossible for what happened to Rean to be connected to it in any way, but... I'd like to believe that too, but what happens seem to be suggesting otherwise. Change in your appearance are not the only unusual part of what happened either. You were able to summon a panzer soldier from far away, were you not? Yeah, how do we even do that? It was one of the new ones from the branch campus hangar, right? Yeah, from the new generation devolved by Makarov. Still haven't been formally deployed, but they're stronger than the current generations, that's in news. The Turfing S was specially developed for Rean and tuned to him, but that alone does not explain what happened. Right, it's not mean to be able to teleport or cut railway guns shells in half. You normally only expect that kind of power from Divine Knights. Yeah, I think the whole thing was bullshit if it wasn't coming from you. But speaking of knights, what's this about something that looked like one showing up? We all are wondering the same thing. Hopefully we will know more when Rosalia and the others finish the investigation.
Ah, I see everyone is assembled already.
Have you managed to learn anything?
I most certainly did, but it was not easy.
I have a question for you, kiddo. Did you feel anything unusual when that changed in your body when you saw the white configuration? What was the thing? Now that you mentioned it? What is it, instructor? Don't you dare try and keep any more secrets from us. I'm not going to, just having trouble explaining what I felt in words. The second I saw it, all kinds of images and emotion came flooding into my head. All at once. I can't remember what specific image and emotions there were, though. Really? I believe it was some kind of resonance phenomenon. You and that eight Divine Knight resonate with one another. Wait, Divine Knight? You are convinced that it truly stands among the number then? What do you mean when you say they resonated? Now that you mentioned it, I think it seemed interested in Rean somehow. It appeared immediately after Rean used that strange power too. Wait a sec, none of this making any sense. Yes, you know as well as we do that it can't be a genuine Divine Knight. Calm down, I know very well what you're saying. I know that there are only supposed to be 7 Divine Knights and that they have all vanished from this dimension. But the mana flowing through it and the marks left in the spirit veins leave no room for doubt. We can hardly afford to ignore that coming from the Elder of the Kin of Fire. I can't believe what I'm hearing. Unfortunately, I haven't a clue what caused the resonance to happen. Perhaps it's because you are a former Awakener, or perhaps the cause lies elsewhere. But either way, this new Divine Knight will likely be our biggest clue yet in learning what we are facing. Since the existence is even more of an impossibility than the advanced technology we've seen in the changes in Rean's body. Still having trouble processing all of this, I'm honest. But I'm thinking at least see what we need to be doing. Yeah, better to just do something than sit around worrying about it. To find the answers we seek, then bring all of this to an end, this is all there is to it. But grandmother, what brings you to North in the first place? We are fortunate that you are here, but I imagine your presence is no coincidence. No, I haven't explained yet, have I? I've been investigating something related to this case for a while now with a couple of helpers. I call them here now.
Celine, can you and Zeit come here for a moment?
If you insist.
Ah. Celine Milstein.
So much for that saucer of milk I was savoring.
There'll be others. Still, I didn't know you were here in Nord.
Ich habe jetzt eigentlich gedacht, dass die... Scheiße, wie heißt das? Viva? Vita? Ne, Vita hat sie geheißen, dass die auch da ist.
And in human form.
Only because it's part of my training. I'm not in this form by choice.
I would have thought she'd be used to it by now, but it seems not.
I believe this is our first time speaking like this, children of Erebonia.
Zeit! I wasn't expecting to see you here.
You must be the SSS's Divine Wolf. He really can talk, huh?
Thank you again for coming to our aid yesterday. We would have been in real trouble without you.
The SSS told us about you. How you're a holy beast charged with watching over a Septarian the way Rosalia was.
That was once my duty, but I have since been relieved of it. Still, this continent is my home as much as it is yours. Thus, I have kept vigil over the land since the Great Twilight, particularly for distortions in the spirit veins.
I was under the impression that those distortions had disappeared after the Twilight met its end. They did for a while, but some time ago they returned once more. The reaction we sensed was strong enough to be called a singularity, but we were unable to piece together anything else. We have been combining our efforts to find out more ever since. Then yesterday I finally decided to step into the spotlight for us. In other words, the singularity you're talking about is that divine night. Indeed, we hurried to the scene and even we were shocked by what we saw. Unfortunately, we aren't entirely sure where it is now, but after your encounter it appeared to set off in the direction of Crossbell. Our roads lead to Crossbell, it seems. The Ocean's first appearance in Crossbell too. Testimony from the 23rd Armored Division indicates that the vanished warships and railway guns were sent there too. And it was also where the Supreme Leader first appeared to sow the seeds of a new war. I'm sure Lloyd and the others are doing their best over there, but they shouldn't need to face it alone. Yeah, I'm sure Lisa, Marquez and Toa would appreciate our help too. We want to find out the truth and bring all of this to an end. I think we're going to have to go there ourselves. Count us in too. We can't turn a blind eye to this either. All of our work related to the coup d'etat and the abduction are now finished. Yep, now we can fully dedicate ourselves to this. We should finally be able to gather in one place. I guess I can tag along. And I don't know what I'd do without you. This begs the question of how we're going to get into Crossbell though. True, the Aben Defense Force has the whole border fortified. Won't be able to rely on the Megabath or the Courageous 2 for a while either. But given the current situation, we may have another option. Indeed. With the spirit vein stimulated, we should be able to open the spirit path. I think it's our best option, so it won't be easy to use that method to travel all the way to Crossbell. Indeed, the veins aren't as active as they were during the Great Twilight, and there's rather a lot of us. I think it will work if we teleport from different spirit shrines across the land. That'll take some groundwork to pull off, but I can help out with that. Sounds like we have a plan. We really are fortunate to have you all. We will have preparation of our own to make, so how does departing tomorrow afternoon suit everyone? If nothing else, we need to make our way to the nearest spirit shrine. Alright, let's go with that. I'll see everyone tomorrow in Crossbell. Ah, okay, die teleportieren sich jetzt alle. Ex-Cap. Sarah's Tower. What? I recognize this place. Yes, wetlands southeast of Crossbell City. Lake Elm, southern wetlands. This is also where Lian breathed her last half a year ago. Thought it would be a safe place to arrive given the distance from the city. Think that was an appropriate decision. Thanks for the help, Celine, inside. Think nothing of it, didn't do much. I was happy to help.
It's funny how nostalgic it feels to be back here. I haven't even been away for that long.
It's Crossbell. Of course you feel that way. Don't worry. I'm sure your family is fine.
And we're here to make sure it stays that way.
Thanks. Both of you. You're right. I need to believe.
I'm surprised you were able to make it, Major. Finding and taking care of all Supreme Leader sympathizers in the army didn't sound like it would be an easy job.
Matthias Vander graciously agreed to take over the reins of that task. Generals Van Dyke, Zex Vander, and Craig are also taking direct roles in the effort. With the domestic situation in capable hands, I thought it best to focus on excising the problem at the root. And on a personal level, I want to know what Rufus is trying to achieve.
It's regretful that we're still none the wiser on that front.
The real Rufus said something about meeting next in Crossbell, didn't he?
He did. I'm sure we'll be meeting both the real and replica soon enough.
Hey,
Are you sure you're alright, Rean?
Yesterday must have put you through it, huh? Well, I'm not planning on pulling off anything like that again. So no reason for my family to get worked up.
Okay. As long as you understand. Zeno and Leo would hate it if something happened to you too. Don't forget that.
I don't know how they factor into this, but good to know.
Name-dropping them always works wonders.
I don't care what you do, so long as you come back with some good samples for my research.
Der Typ ist immer so geil.
Even the Society isn't capable of making those devices or humanoid weapons. Just hurry up and get my materials back.
You must really be frustrated by their absence to have agreed to come with us, Professor. At least we don't need to worry about any tech issues with you around.
So what are you all planning on doing next?
If nothing else, I want to further investigate the spirit veins.
I think we need to start by getting a solid grasp of the situation here. Our final goal is to apprehend the Supreme Leader and liberate Crossbell. But we need to proceed with caution.
Right. We don't know what's lurking behind him and what the EDF is up to. We just have to play it by ear for now.
Especially since we can't use the round of 7. If we screw up, we can't exactly reach out for backup.
That's very true.
It really hurts to not be able to communicate freely.
Looks like I made the right move coming here after all.
Was that?
Lecter!
Hey there, how's it hanging, guys? Sounds like you ran into some kind of hell in Nord.
How's they were always on step ahead, Scarecrow? And how do you even know we were here? Don't even try to say it was a hunch. One person from whom I wouldn't rule that out. Just because we can communicate with the outside doesn't mean there's no other way to find out what's going on. A guy could steal a transceiver from the EDF, for example. Oh, how cunning. Imagine that prove more difficult than you make it sound. Apart from that, I just know you guys I figured you'd use that little hack of yours for getting around. Pair that with all the other intel I figured you had and boom. The fact I came to Crossbell right before the ceremony was all instinct, so just figured something would happen. Ah, that intuition of yours is truly as sharp. When you talk about hacks and shit grumble. His acumen is impressive indeed. Wait, but if you've been in Crossbell this whole time? Yep, we've got notes to compare, shall we? We would appreciate that. Na, damit sie auch das weiß, was mit den anderen war. I'm so glad that Elisa, Makias and Toa are alright. Yeah, and Lloyd and the others too. Can't say I've seen every one of them with my own eyes, but they're a tough bunch. I'm sure they're all still playing their parts. But it sounds as tough the Eben Defense Force are even more of a, well, force to reckon with than we feared. Yeah, I really don't want to come to against those new Sauber soldiers. We don't have any soldiers of our own, so we all want to avoid a head-on conflict. Especially if they have so many of them, just how long have they been preparing for this? Ain't that the question? Personally, I'm more concerned about where all these weapons that vanished from Nord ended up. We were under the impression that they had been sent to Crossbell. But you said that it doesn't match up with what you have learned? I'm sure it doesn't. Besides, where would you even hide that much stuff in a small place like Crossbell? That's true, active camouflage alone can only get you so far. Saying the EDF never brought them up in all your time spying, that doesn't suggest they really aren't here. Well, the only way to be sure is to check for ourselves. The way you know where the EDF is positioned? No, at least. The only place I've confirmed they have been present around here is Michelhelm and a small number of the roads. Leave it up to you guys how to use the intel I give you. Thanks for sharing it with us, it's been really helpful. I think our best course is to begin by splitting up into groups and gathering information. Start by learning more about the situation in Michelhelm, St. Ursula and near the city. A prudent approach. Let's split up into groups then. You're responsible for the investigations in the Michelhelm area. Select which members will accompany him and you can choose to read. Was? Oh ja, Laura und Vieh. Yes, 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 yes. Alter, ich kann genau einen auswählen. Wen will ich dabei haben? Ich mag sie alle. Außer Kurt. Kurt kann weg. Er ist in Ordnung, aber mehr auch nicht. Alter, 103, 106, 109, 114, Alter, wollt ihr mich verarschen? Das ist auch geil. Du kannst auswählen, wenn du mitnehmen willst. Also einen halt. Wir haben zu wenig Zauberer. Yes. Oh ja, die Laura. Die ist der beste Charakter in den ganzen Spielen, ey. Oder einer der besten. Ey, und die Vieh hatte ich im 4. Teil, glaube ich, auch irgendwann so hochgepowert mit Evasion, Alter, dass die halt über eine 50-50 Chance hatte auszuweichen und dann einfach mal doppelten Schaden gemacht hat oder so. Now our team then. I haven't been to Michelin since the send-off party 7 months ago. I owe a great deal to Yuna's father for his help at the time, so I do hope he is in good health. I really hope we can make sure of that while we're there. I'm sure we can learn something, try not to stress too much. Yeah, we'll find out what's going on.
Listen, Rean.
Uh-oh.
I refuse to allow you to shoulder any more burdens alone. Not while I'm here. I've spent the past half year becoming stronger for your benefit. Rely on me, please. Without protest, without reservation.
I'm sorry for worrying you, Laura. I'll be sure to count on you. Battle or no battle.
Good. I'm glad to hear that.
Alright, we'll make our way to St. Ursula then. CDF aren't standing guard there, but be careful is the same. Should you find anything, inform us promptly. Make our way towards the city. I'm hoping we can find some way to get inside of it. Should we find any elements of resistance, we'll offer you our support. We're counting on you. Let's do things, people. Shall I accompany them part on the way? Yes, there's a spirit vein I want to investigate in that direction. Oh, and speaking of Michelin, there are distortions in the spirit veins over in that region too, be careful. We will, thanks for telling us. I'll be counting on you, Celine. I know. If anything happens, I'll be sure to put the Porsche on it. Thanks, and sorry, I really hate to be such a source of worry for everyone. If anything would happen to you is likely to be the biggest clue going forward, you needn't apologize. Fear not, we shall keep a watch over him. Please do. Sucks to be popular, huh? Der Crow halt. There's clearly still a lot that we have to learn, but I'm sure we can find some way out of this life we work together. What is life? So let's make for Michelin, I'm counting on you all. Right.
So it's back to the wetlands, huh? Reminds me of our encounter with the Steel Maiden.
We owe her so much. Truly.
I know this place is gloomy and all, but you don't need to make it gloomier with your attitudes.
You're right. We'd best pick up our spirits and our pace to Michelin.
Okay. Die Vieh hat ein cooles Ding. Das schaut ja geil aus. Aber warum haben die alle zwei nach links zu schauen? Oder schauen die auf den Rean? Wenn ich den nach links stelle, ist er nicht weg, oder? Ne, dann schauen sie nicht woanders hin. Hätte es sein können. Helios-Bouquet. Evasion 8. Theseus-Ring. Stärke Def ADF. 150. Ist dasselbe, ne? Das kriegt die Laura auch, Alter. Enchantment. Kann ich das zufällig nehmen für wie heißt das wieder geheißen? Domino? Domination. Ah, okay, konnte ich. Sehr gut. Spirit Breaker. Action, Attack. Attacks für die Stärke plus 100. Da ist doch wieder Zero Cannon. Das hat doch schon alleine 64, ist wenig. Evasion plus 10. Werden das? Oder Rean? Sie hat Evasion 31. Sie sollte man mit Evasion ausstatten, ne? Okay, alles was viel Evasion hat. Evasion 5, Green Emblem. Wer hat es? Weg damit. Evasion 10, Proxy Pub. Wobei die Proxy Puppet halt frecken kann, ne? Das ist halt das einzige Problem. Evasion 8, Helios Bouquet, das hat der Rean. Evasion 5, Evasion 7, Evasion 9, Holy Crow. Das kriegt sie. Hä, gibt es nicht? Achso, es gibt nur 1500. Das ist ja die Juna. Das ist die Toba. Evasion 7, Evasion 5, Alter, das ist halt auch nicht schlecht, ne? Wobei sie jetzt schon alleine Evasion 50% hat, 6. Er hat 43, also ist relativ gut. Wir bräuchten irgendwas mit viel Stärke oder so. Alter, True Passion Leggings, 240 Stärke dazu, auch nicht schlecht. Galatin. Kann ich die eigentlich automatisch equippen lassen? Auto-equip. Speed? Magic Damage. Okay. Achso, ja, da geht sogar drüber. Wir bräuchten noch... Deswegen selber... Ja, aber da hinten ist ein... Achso, das ist wahrscheinlich bloß so ein Fischerding, ne?
I won't go easy.
Oh.
Roar! Here, like strike! It's down!
They're mine! Showtime. Ha! Yeah! Weak! It's down!
An opening! I'll handle this.
True Radiant Wings, True Lion Rush. 60, 80, 40 Mal True Lion Rush. Alter, 10.000 Mann.
It's mine! Here I go! I'm next. It's down!
An opening! I'll handle it.
Let's go! Hold out! I'm up!
Got you. Here I go! Take that! Got you.
4 enemies! I'm up! Gale! Now!
Achso, ja, das Zelda ist nochmal als erster Angriff, ne? Sweep.
Wiping out!
I'll handle this.
Ah, ich bin der Controller wieder rum, Alter. True Lion Rush.
Right. Now! Mine! Pumped up! Can't escape! Fire!
An opening!
Got you.
Hat die Impede? Ja, sehr gut.
Wiping out!
My turn.
Let's go!
Got you. It's down!
An opening!
It's my turn!
Let's go! Now!
It's mine!
I'm up! Ha!
Showtime! Here I go! Nice! We did it!
Alter, wir sind doch schon fast zu stark, Alter.
Aha! A treasure chest.
Sennen Gem. Magic Attack Evasion plus 25. Alter. Das ist nicht schlecht. Das ist echt nicht schlecht. Quartz. Magic Evasion. Spirit Breaker. Evasion plus 6 können, lassen wir das? Ja, wobei sie schon... Magic Attack Evasion plus 15. Alles klar. Sennengem. Da. Perfekter Ersatz, Mann. Hä, ist da überhaupt was? Ah, da geht's hin. Geht's da hin? Haufen Viecher. Ja, das ist bloß eine normale Kiste.
Jackpot.
Megalith Fall you are. Nix Gescheites. Wobei ich glaube, auf meinem Weg schon ein paar kalt machen sollte, damit die anderen höher kommen. Vor allem die Yuna und so. Ich meine, die ist auf 4, Alter. 109. Warum seid ihr denn so scheiß schwach, Mann? Gut, was frage ich eigentlich blöd, ne? Die sind halt aufgetaucht und dann habe ich sie nie mehr benutzt. Oder durfte sie nicht benutzen, außer ich wäre in Reverie-Korridor.
You don't see these every day.
Habe ich zufällig noch mehr solche Droplets? Oh. Oh ja. Oh, 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 oh.
Yeah, I did it!
Wie viel habe ich? Einen noch. Wobei, erstmal Yuna hoch.
Yeah, I did it! Yeah, I did it!
Axel Breaker 2,
Yeah, I did it!
Oh, warte, ich kann das hochholen? Oh, das habe ich nie gesehen. Oh, ich habe nur noch einen, oder? Ja, scheiße. Jetzt, wo ich es merke, habe ich nur noch einen. Fuck you, Spiel. Kann ich da angeln?
I see some fish swimming around.
Oh, that enemy looks like a handful.
Crusade. Space Art Damage plus 30%. Was? AT Delayed halved. Warte mal.
Feeling good and refreshed.
Shit! Let's get him!
As your cleaver! Huh? Off balance! Finish this, Spee!
Ja!
Hey, nur 2, Alter? Ich dachte, ihr greift alle ab.
It's my turn!
Ja, der macht den Rest.
Arcane Gale!
Oh, das ist halt einfach so geil. Und du verlierst halt.
Yeah, I did it!
That's how it's done.
Und du verlierst halt fast nix an CP einfach.
Enemy spotted.
Weil er hat 200.
Arcane Gale!
Jetzt hat er 120.
It's down!
They're mine! I'm next.
Oh. Okay, so viel ist dann doch nicht. Nee.
Wiping out. Now!
An opening! Let's go! As your... Now, let's continue on.
Halt.
Ha!
What an adorable treasure chest!
Byaku. Attacks craft can blind or put an enemy to sleep it. Wow. Das wäre halt... Wäre das für einen Rean nicht auch sehr geil? Night Gleam EP. First attacker deals 50% damage. Attack Art. Warte, zählt das mit zu Domination? First Attack Craft. Okay, Night Glam ist für ihn eigentlich scheiße. Speedbreaker, Attack Craft mit 20% Chance. Da, Soul Blur, Speedbreaker. Die sind alle verbraucht. Die kann ich nicht dann nutzen. Wäre das dann bei Shieldbreaker Impede? Cancel Arts hat 90% Chance. Evade 2, das lassen wir. La Forte. Das könnte man wegtun. Wobei, was habe ich jetzt bekommen? Biako, ne? EP, Stärke 21. Ja, das ist auch viel geiler, Alter. Was Revolution? Die Bonus Damage to Low-Level Enemies. Das wäre bei ihr vielleicht geil. Strike 2, Critical Rate plus 4%. Attack 100, Action 3, Speed 3, Hit 3. Ja, lassen wir das andere mal. Langsam finde ich die geilen Sachen, Alter. Ha!
Ready!
Ja, das ist eh außenrum gewesen. Und was ist da?
Looks tough. We'll need to be careful.
Auf die hat doch eh keiner Bock. So, wenn sag ich hier und... Ah, jetzt weiß ich, wo wir sind. Ja, das war ja sogar hinter Misselham, ne? Oder Mischelham? Irgendwie sowas. Resort. Warte mal, da feiern Leute? Oder halt machen Urlaub? Was geht ab? There's no sign of CDF nearby from what I can tell. To Major Arunda's intelligence, it should be present at the very least. Could be that they're simply not on a high alert in this area. But good news for us. Now if only we knew that it was. Let's gather information and see what people have to say. Maybe someone's spotted him today. Just one thing though. Are you sure you want to walk around here in that form, Celine? Could be risky with all the mischies running around. She kinda fits in with her tail and those ears. Might be perfect, really. Hey, well, you're comparing to a bunch of posters wearing catsuits, huh? How many times do I need to explain that staying in this form is part of my training now? Can we drop this and move on already? I think we might have struck a nerve. They're better to do as you say and get back to work.
It feels so different from usual.
I'll say. We're at a resort. Shouldn't be such a damn drag.
Well, we can make it less of a drag once we figure out what's going on.
Können wir mit denen reden? Aren't with the CGF, are you? Because you should don't look like it. How long are we going to have to wait before your help finally arrives? Oh, die dürfen nicht zurück, kann das sein? Folgt, how was the beach? Oh, hold on, what the? Being rude, don't care what's going on. And Michelin stuff, we always have to treat our guests with the utmost courtesy. Wait, aren't you Matthew's daughter and didn't you see the rest of you at the send-off party? You're all coming back here to relax after this war in, but... This is a surprise. Can't imagine, sorry if we shocked you. It's a long story. Basically, we have business here and snuck in through the wetlands. It's crazy I've been talking about Gatsy. You guys really are amazing. Maybe you're probably abreast of the situation if you see the beach, however. To be clear, the Michelin is currently fine. We're unable to operate freely at the moment. Decide to stay in the premise, please. To be careful, our current occupants may not take kindly to your presence. Thanks for the tip. Nein, nicht reden. Nein, nicht reden. So, jetzt aber. Alter. Okay, da geht's jetzt weiter. Patrolling soldiers, they've got us spinned. Just our luck, we'll have to find our way.
Over here, quick.
That sounds like...
You heard the man. Move.
Dad! I knew it!
Long time no see, Yuna. You look worn out. I knew it. I must have worried you sick.
You haven't, Dad. It's okay. If anyone's been worrying the family's sick, it's me. I didn't have to worry about you because I believed. I believed that you were safe. So, on the flip side, you're the reason I've been able to go out and do what needs doing.
Is that so? You've become so strong, Yuna.
Hey, what a lovely family. You can see how Yuna turned out to be such a strong young woman. I'm glad you're all okay. I'm sorry it happened to happen this way, but you're all more than welcome here. Same for saving us back there. Let me get straight to the point. Can you brief us on the situation? Absolutely. Allow me to tell you everything that happened after the declaration of the so-called United Nation. Warte, patrouillieren hier nicht die Leute? Und jetzt hocken wir uns einfach ins Foyer, Alter, und ratschen, du passt schon. Oh hey, Captain so und so von der IDF, was geht ab? Wir sind ganz normal hier, wir schauen überhaupt nicht aus, wie wenn wir irgendwelche Kämpfer und sonstige Fighter wären. So Michelin is completely under their control then. I'm afraid so. Soldiers appeared here at the same time they attacked the ceremony. Fortunately, they haven't tried to harm us in any way, but as you can see, we had to close the park for the time being. Also been doing our best to shelter evacuees, but I'm not sure how long we'll be able to keep this up. It's worrying to hear. Why would they pick a place like this to take over though? As far as hell from the city, what's here that makes it worth devoting manpower to? A good question. It makes me think they might be able to do something here that relates to what they're trying to achieve. Like an investigation is in order. Right, now the main base of operation here is the guest house on the villa grounds. One of our employees claimed as a guy in robot is guarding the entrance. Sounds like we have at least one arcade to deal with them. You said deploying something like that on the villa grounds though. Guest house was a place we had our send-off party last year, if I recall. We can't turn a blind eye to this. What do you have in mind? We want to get the information, we need to sneak into the guest house regardless. I think we defeat the soldiers here is going to be our fastest, easiest option. So we're going to liberate the place, huh? Are you sure, but won't we run the risk of making the situation here worse? I doubt that we're far away from the city, so I think they're unlikely to have reinforcements. Plus, even if they do call for help, at least we'll be making our life easier for Lloyd and the SSS. Saving civilians is neat and embrace as top priority. I can't ignore this either. And what happened in North, I think it would be unwise to let the even defense force do as they please. Don't know what to say. Thank you everyone, you have my eternal gratitude. Think nothing of it. Let's get to work. Please be careful out there, Yuna. Like I said, I don't know for sure how your mother or siblings are doing in the city. Trust that just fine, so please don't put yourself in unnecessary danger. I won't, I promise. I ask you that you believe in us with that Crossbell and Michelin free before you know it. I'll have faith in you in the world, sweetheart. Good luck. Rean and friends learned as much as they could about the sedation on the villa grounds. Then set about devising a plan to liberate Michelin and immediately put it into action.
Then we're off to search the guest house.
Keep an eye out for the EDF. They'll show up sooner or later.
Understood.
Ach so, wir sind im... Ah, ja. Die kennen wir doch auch, oder? Tourist. Ja gut, dann ist es bloß NPC-Boy 1, 2 und 3. Emmy. Zell. Also der Plan ist runtergehen und auf die Fresse hauen. Restaurant Fortuna, können wir da rein? Mörner. Miller should be up ahead. Looks like they've got a new type of arcade station out there too. Yeah, plan or not, they're not going to make things easy. Better make sure we're completely locked and loaded before we roll out. Halt so. Ja, blöd, aber ich bedanke mich an der Stelle bei euch fürs Zuschauen. Wir müssen jetzt nämlich Schluss machen. Und ich hoffe, wir sehen uns wieder in der nächsten Folge von Trails into Reverie. Macht's gut und Servus.